Alright, basically Prodigy is just like, it's just a name really, you know what I'm saying? That I just got, I don't know, really ain't got no real meaning to it. It ain't really deep like all that. Nothing to really sink into, but the name, what Prodigy mean is like a child genius, you know what I mean? Like a gifted child. They call him a prodigy, you know what I mean? So that's not why I picked the name, but I just thought the name was there. I like how it sounded, you know what I mean? Prodigy. Life growing up was crazy because I was bouncing around everywhere. You know what I mean? I was born and raised in Hempstead, Long Island. Then like around 10, my pops kidnapped me, took me to Detroit, Michigan. I was out there for like 2-3 years till my mom found out where I was at. Sent the cops to come get me and shit. Brought me back to New York. And we moved from Hempstead to Left Rack, like around 85. We was out in Left Rack for like 5 years. Maybe like 4 years or something. I started getting some trouble out there, selling drugs. I got arrested. They were trying to kick my mom's out the apartment, so she kicked me out, sent me back to Long Island, Hempstead with my grandmother. You know, it's like, I just been around, bouncing around everywhere, you know what I mean? Then Hempstead, I moved to Jersey City. From Jersey City, I went to Queensbridge for a little while, stayed with Havoc them for a little while out there while we was making the album and all that. Just been everywhere, you know what I mean? Niggas seen a little bit of everything. The streets influence you a lot, you know what I mean? Especially me or the people who pops ain't really around like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, you're gonna look up to the niggas in the street for guidance and, you know, teach you how to be a man. And basically, niggas was hustling, you know what I mean? I wasn't really hustling like that. After I got out of Left Rack, I got in my little trouble out there. I ain't really get into that hustling shit no more. But, you know, I was putting my money, a little bit of monies into certain things or whatever. Niggas was doing their little hustles and shit. That's about it though, you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't really had nothing else we was doing. Definitely wasn't trying to work no job nowhere. But that wasn't what we was interested in really, you know what I mean? We was more on the streets and hanging out, having fun, getting into trouble, trying to get on with this rap shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, me and Hab met in high school and on design in the city. We used to be wildin' and shit, get drunk before school, rob niggas in the lunchroom, rob niggas after school. Just wildin', you know what I mean? Just young niggas doing dumb shit. And then we just like, yo, we started going out to Coney Island, doing our demo and shit. Cause my man Tafari, that was our DJ at the time, you know what I'm saying? He had a producer named Sylvan from Coney Island. He was making all our beats at the time, so we ain't had to pay, we just go knock out songs, and that was our demo. We made like 50 songs on a cassette. We had 50 songs, yo, and we would go around and just fucking different labels after that, let niggas hear our shit on the Walkman, stand outside the label, please listen to my demo and all that. Q-Tip really, you know what I mean, gave us the first listen. He brought us in Def Jam and started letting niggas know, yo, these little niggas is ill, y'all niggas need to hear these niggas. So after that, it just started circulating. We started meeting more people. We was finding out about functions, and we met Matty C. He was working for The Source at the time for Unsigned Hype. We let him hear it, and he liked it. And he put us in the Unsigned Hype in The Source. Matty C. Man, Bones Malone, he used to write for The Vibe, you know what I mean? Everybody know Bones. He used to work for 4th and Broadway over at Allen. So Matty passed Bones our demo. Bones was like, I like these niggas, I want to sign these niggas to Allen. I started making beats and shit, and I showed Hav how to make beats, you know what I mean? I showed him how to use the equipment, you know what I mean? And how to work that shit. And then he took over from there, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's the same thing with the rhymes. Like I had my little rhymes and shit I was writing, but when I came out to QB, niggas used to take me around to battle niggas like Mega and Nas, and niggas was saying, yo, P ain't all that, P ain't all that. And that shit used to get me tight, son, you know what I'm saying? So that shit helped me step up a lot, and Hav, you know what I mean, he helped me step up a lot. He used to write me some rhymes and shit for the Juvenile Hell album, and we just put out an album, you know what I'm saying, thirsty like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I think we made like one beat on that album. That was a Stomp 'Em Out one. And a matter of fact, 2 records probably, Stomp 'Em Out and Hit It From the Back. Those are the only 2 beats we made on that album. We ain't really know what we was doing, you know what I mean? We was thirsty to be known.
Yeah.
So we put that shit out, ain't do good. It sold like 20,000 copies. They was like, we dropping y'all niggas. So they dropped us, and we ain't had no deal after that. We was fucked up. We had to start from scratch. I wouldn't change nothing, because if it wasn't for that album doing bad, we wouldn't be doing good right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that album would have did good, we'd have thought we was doing good, and we'd have kept on doing that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that shit did bad, and I'm glad it did bad, because it taught me better. You know what I'm saying? It showed me this shit ain't no game. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do this shit for real. Beats gotta be ill. Lyrics gotta be ill, because people spending money on that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wouldn't change nothing about none of that shit. Everything went down as planned. You know what I'm saying? Perfect. We ain't planning like that, but you know, it's a bigger plan, you know, that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But everything happened for a reason, man. You know what I mean? I think I was feeling drunk and high. And that was basically my feeling when I made that shit. Whoa, we was real pissy drunk, real high, over who know what, and just fucking wilding. We was like, yo, at that point, we was on some shit, son. You know what I mean? They couldn't tell us nothing, yo. We was like this, we was making some shit, son. That's when we made Shook Ones, Survival, all that shit. We was little niggas in the zone, son. That's what you call being in the zone. Once we was in that zone, we just stuck to that shit, yo, and stayed there. We still there. You know what I mean? We ain't never leave. Yeah, we all had a crib. We all lived together out on Long Island. We had the studio out there. You know what I mean? So just be together every day. You know what I'm saying? A lot of crazy shit went down. Parties, wilds, and all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that crib was crazy. A lot of memories over there. Bullet holes in the ceiling. I got a story for y'all niggas for that house. Somebody got shot in their house over a chicken wing. That's the funniest shit ever, son. A chicken wing. A nigga got shot over a chicken wing, son, in that crib, son. Nigga was hungry, son. Whoa. We ain't playing, we hungry, nigga. We shooting niggas with chicken wings, nigga. Run DMC. Sucker MCs, that song Sucker MCs. That's the song that made me want to start rhyming. I think I heard that song when I was 11 or 12. I had a cassette of that shit. And I had the old cassette player with the handle on it, little skinny joint. And I used to be playing that shit every day, Sucker MCs, yo. I memorized the shit out of that record. That one and Rock the Bells by LL. Those are the two most influential rap records that made me start rhyming. Those two records right there. But it's really Sucker MCs though. That shit did it. I was like, oh, I love this shit right here. This what I want to do right here. Word. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Loud. Loud, they gave us our second chance. They said, all right, here goes some little niggas that just got dropped. Right? But they still was like, all right, let's give these niggas a chance. Let's see. Cause we had made new songs after that, and we let Loud hear it. That's when Matty got a job over at Loud. After he stopped working at the Source, he got a job with Steve Rifkin, A&R at Loud. Niggas don't know, Matty discovered Biggie Smalls, yo. Not discovered him, but like he brought him to the table. With the world know him now, you know what I'm saying? Matty did that. Matty and Scott Free. Scott Free discovered Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I mean? Scott Free, he from Staten Island. Boys of Scott Free, niggas probably wouldn't even know Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? He brought shit to the table. So it's like those are the two A&Rs up at Loud, Matty and Scott Free. So when we made our new songs, we brought it to them, let them hear it. They was like, hell yeah. Let's let Steve hear that shit. So they let Steve hear it. We came up there and they was feeling it. They was like, yo, these niggas got dropped. But they new shit is crazy. It sounded like these niggas getting better and better. So Steve was like, all right, give these niggas a chance, sign them. Gave us a nice little budget. And we did our thing, you know what I mean? Steve is the type of nigga, that's straight groundwork. Steve Rifkin started street teams. There was no street team really before that, you know what I mean? Steve Rifkin really made that shit what it is. Like Puffin them do they thing, Bad Boy and I'm sure Def Jam was doing they thing for a long time. But Steve took it to a whole nother level. It got to the point where Steve was promoting the U.S. Army, son. Niggas don't even know that. Steve was the first company to promote these big companies like Pepsi and whatever, Starter. Like I said, the fucking U.S. Army. You know what I mean? I think he was doing some